What's going on, guys? Joe Bart back again with another banger video. We're going to be playing a very fun game of Would You Rather today. My editor, Brady, shout out Brady the Goat, made a website that basically pulls Would You Rathers from the app Reddit. And we're going to be ranking, or not ranking, we're going to be doing a bunch of these Would You Rathers and determining how I and chat would answer a lot of these funny / weird Would You Rathers. First question of the Would You Rather. You type 1 to vote left, type 2 to vote right. I gotta move my chat. Would you rather sleep with the ugliest member of the gender you're attracted to, or the best looking member of the gender you aren't? Is it the best looking member in accordance to your own mind? I would say yes, because attractiveness is subjective. I think I gotta go 2, boss. I think I gotta go 2 here, boss. Fiddle said then I'd be sleeping with Zuzi. Yeah, then I'd just be sleeping with Austin, bro. I'd just be sleeping with my boy. Would you rather have the general public think that you are a horrible person, but your family be very proud of you, or your family think you're a horrible person, but the general public be very proud of you? I feel like what your family thinks obviously is less people, but I mean, those are the people that you care about. You know what I mean? Like, it would be more impactful if your family thought you were shit and everybody else thought you were great. I don't know, dude. This is a hard one. I feel like the family one more. Would you rather have a vehicle that requires 0 maintenance or upkeep? Isn't that the same thing? Wait, genuine question here. Maintenance and upkeep. Upkeep would be the same thing as maintenance. What's the difference between maintenance and upkeep? Now I have to Google that. Maintenance is actions performed to keep some machine functioning, while upkeep is maintenance. Maintenance is actions performed to keep some machine or system functioning or in service, while upkeep is maintenance. They're the same fucking thing. Who the hell wrote this dumbass question? That question. Would you rather have a toothpick under your big toenail and have to kick a soccer ball as hard as you can with your toe? Have to bite down on a nail file and have it ripped out from beneath or between your front teeth? Bite down on a nail file? Like a metal one? You would rip your teeth out. You guys are stupid. Chat, your teeth are gone. You fucking up your toenail, that's gonna hurt, right? And it's gonna fuck your toenail, right? For sure. It's gonna hurt for days, weeks, maybe a month. Your teeth are gone. A nail file isn't metal? I literally have a nail file that's metal. It's a metal nail file. You would be biting on the edge and it would rip all the way through there. They're made of wood, bruh. No, they're not. You could get different types of nail files. Maybe you only have the wooden one. This is another nail file. Oh, it's a steel nail. I think they mean this. That's so much worse. It's what nail file you're talking about. I'm going to assume it's that. Because a wooden nail file, like, bro, that's not even going to do anything to your mouth. Would you rather sit on a dick and eat a cake? Or sit on a cake and eat a dick? Probably sit on a cake and eat a dick. Bro, be able to time travel, but be perceived by everybody as an extreme racist. Or be able to teleport, but be perceived by everybody as a cannibal. What the fuck? Would I rather everybody... Okay, so you could either time travel, but everybody goes, yeah, this guy's really racist. Or you could teleport, but everybody thinks you eat people. And in either scenario, you're not able to prove that you're not a racist or not a cannibal. Everybody will just be like, yeah, you're a cannibal, bro. You eat people. No, you're cripplingly racist. Being able to time travel's better. Being able to teleport, And, you know, I don't know. Somebody thinks you're racist. That's very societally bad. But if somebody thinks you eat people, like, you're gonna have, like, a ring of, like, 40 yards between you and other people. Or time travel to where everybody else is racist. I don't want to live during slavery times. I don't want to live during times where everybody's racist, though, right? And then I would want to live in the current, but be able to time travel and bounce around. That's making me think I would rather have everybody think I eat people. Be horny all the time, but you can... I'm not answering that. Eat a used... I'm not answering that. Eat a used scrub... Would you rather eat a used scrubbing sponge or lick the entire surface of the bottom of a used shoe? So eat like a dirty ass, like 3-month-old dishwash, like your sink sponge. Or lick, that would be hard to go down. Lick the entire surface of the bottom of a used shoe. That's not that bad, and that's quick. Eating a sponge could cause like a medical problem. Would you rather have the ability to instantly teleport anywhere you wanted, or on command learn any statistic about anybody you can think of? What the fuck does that even mean? Ability to teleport anywhere I want. Would you rather be waterboarded for a few hours or deprived sleep for a week? How long after lack of sleep do you start to hallucinate? Is it what, 2 or 3 days? I think it's like 3 days. I think being waterboarded for a few hours would be that's horrible. That would be like traumatic. That's so bad. These both suck. I would probably rather not sleep. Because the first, like, I don't know, I feel like the first day, 2, maybe 3 days, you're not, like, it's gonna suck, but you're gonna be like, okay. Dude, the last 4 days, though, I feel like around, I want to choose a week of no sleep, but around day 4, you're probably gonna be like, dude, I wish I just got waterboarded. You'd have the best sleep after. Yeah, but I feel like day 3, day 4, you'd just be like, man, I should have just got waterboarded for a few days, for a few hours. That shit would have been already done. I'm gonna go sleep. Fashion choices. Would you rather have all of your pants be booty shorts that barely cover your bum? Oh, hell no. Or all your shirts be a V-neck so deep it shows your belly button. Let's just say that's not gonna slay. A V-neck down to your belly button? Bro, that's like somebody grabs your shirt and just pulls it. That's not it going down to your belly button. You're just missing 85% of your shirt. Probably all my pants would be booty shorts that barely cover my bum. Would you rather instantly regret any degree of your choosing, or instantly, why did I say regret? Instantly receive any degree of your choosing, or instantly receive a $2,000 per month stipend for the rest of your life? So I could get a doctoral degree. Well, do I get the knowledge that accompanies it? I don't like this question. So I'm basically getting a passive $24,000 a year, or would I rather get a degree of my choosing? Yeah, having a degree of like, okay, now I'm instantly a doctor would be nice, but if I don't have the knowledge, which I'm assuming I wouldn't, I would probably rather the right. Commute to work in a horse-drawn carriage or a Fisher-Price car. What is a Fisher-Price car? One of these things, dude? The little kid cars. I couldn't even fit in that. Like, I would have to just sit on top and push it like it's like a fucking scooter. That's tough. That would be kind of badass. You would have to get a new one like every other day, though. A horse-drawn carriage, you're gonna get there fast, and you can bring shit. Would I rather never need to pee or poop again, or fluently speak 15 languages of your choosing? Dude, this is a horrible question. If anybody chooses one, you're just like, you're wasting a vote. Having to poop or pee sucks. The feeling of peeing and pooping is enjoyable. Like taking a big shit when you have to fucking poop really bad, it's like the relief offsets the pain. Fluently speak 15 languages you're choosing is way better. Would you rather have 50 million in the bank to spend, or always have exact change when charged for anything? Like, who's picking the right one? Grandmas? Would I rather have $50 million or just have the exact change at a grocery store? What a dumb question. Why do I see people typing 2? You would rather not have 50 mil. 50 mil. Fuck having exact change. Give me the quarters. I'll throw them in the trash. The left one. Have a tiny spaceship that could travel to anywhere in the universe. A massive but slow ship that could dominate any single planet. So I basically have like a very slow Death Star, or like the Futurama spaceship. How tiny of a spaceship? I'm going to say like 2 people. Like a 2-person traveled spaceship. I feel like this is so much better. World domination, dude, or fuck domination. Domination of one planet. Stupid. Never have to breathe, but always feel like you were suffocating. Never have to eat, but always feel like you were starving. You would get really obese with the right one. I think people need to recognize that, because you being really hungry, you're gonna eat, and it's not like you're gonna eat for enjoyment, and it's never gonna satiate your hunger. But feeling like you're suffocating all the time, like you just have like constant anxiety. At some point, I feel like you would get used to this and this. This is the hardest one, because both are bad. I would rather the right one. Make $35K a year playing poker full time, or work a minimum wage job of your choice. And I never get better. I never get better at poker. I only make $35K forever. Like, I could do that for 30 years. I never start winning more tourneys. I'm just like always in the green. 35K. Work a minimum wage job of your choice. Poker's fun, but I don't know if poker would be fun forever. In a minimum wage job of my choice, I could get raises in. I don't know. I'm gonna go right. Always have scentless farts as loud as air horns. Always have soundless farts that smell like death. I'd rather have a loud-ass fart that doesn't stink. Having a silent but deadly fart's always rough. Yeah, they might not know it's you initially, but at some point, they're gonna be like, dude, you've been ripping ass and we can tell. Like, I recognize the smell of your farts. But just ripping ass and it's loud, that's kind of funny. Dangerously obese or cripplingly skinny. So I either gotta lose a of weight, or I'm really skinny and I gotta gain weight. I'd probably rather gain weight than lose weight. Body horror, would you rather have another set of eyes where your nipples would be, or have a giant mouth where your stomach would be? Having another set of eyes where my nipples are would probably be an advantage in most scenarios. But you would also have to get like eye covers for your nipples, because if you're like running and your shirt's like rubbing up against your eye, you're gonna get irritated very easily. I would probably rather have eyes where my nipples are. Get a flat tire every week, or sound like Gilbert Gottfried screaming every time you orgasm. I'm probably going to go get a flat tire every week. Eventually, you would get quick at changing that. Have your balls drop down a few inches or jump up into your body. All right, so I either have no nuts or my nuts are really sagging. I mean, then you couldn't get kicked in the balls. So would that be an advantage? I feel like that would just be painful. Having really saggy nuts would suck, though. I'm going to still go left. Get boosted by 2 points on the out of 10 attractiveness scale, or receive $200,000. So I either go from, like, say you're a 6, you go from 6 to an 8, or you get $200,000. I'd rather have $200,000. Take $1 billion in the one condition that you have a deadly snail chasing you for the rest of your life, or decline it in fear of the snail. So am I either taking it or am I not? I've heard this one before. I don't want to say this is a dumb hypothetical, because obviously there is like death looming over you. But if you got $1 billion, you kill it. No, the idea is that it's immortal. And usually in this hypothetical, you're also immortal until it touches you. I think that's badass, because at some point, whenever you do confront death, you could just go meet the snail again and it'll touch you and you'll die. So I really like that. But even on this, you have $1 billion, you pay somebody to put a tracker on the snail and just bounce between coasts every 6 months. He's always going to be going to where you are in that exact moment. Yeah, you could put him in a box, but I think usually people always say you can't keep him trapped, right? That's like a rule. Like, you're not allowed to... You're allowed to move. You're allowed to maneuver around and everything. You can't, like, put them in a metal box and be like, aha, I've beaten you. I think you get $1 billion, you put a tracker on the snail so you know where it is at all times, and then you just buy a house on one coast, house on another, or a house in another country, and just live in each place for a few months. And how fast does a fucking snail move? 0.03 miles per hour. 0.03. He is moving so slow. 0.03 miles per hour in 1 year. I'm gonna actually Google how far can a snail move in a day. 100 feet. But that's, bro, he can't even move the length of a football field. You don't even need to move. You don't even need to move countries, bro. You could just move like a city over and stay there, move yearly, bro, not even yearly. You could like live in another city for a week and then just drive past and he's never gonna get you, right? 100 feet in a day. I mean, that's probably, let's say it's like 400 feet in a day, because, you know, we'll say the snail never stops to sleep, like it's always moving. Even then, $1 billion. Would I rather win the lottery, but after 30 years you lose it all and end up in debt, or don't win the lottery? This fucking sucks. Why would I? So you get to experience being wealthy for 30 years and then you're broke as shit. Or do you just don't win the lottery? I'd rather just not win the lottery, because this is going to put you in a worse position and then you're going to be depressed. Time travel back to the day you were conceived and watch it. Oh, no. Travel the day you die and have to watch that. I would want to see this. I would not want to see the day of my conception. You would have to watch your parents do it. Travel to the day you die and watch it. Yeah. Have magical powers at command of 3 dragons. All right, but like, that's so generic. What magic powers am I inheriting? Am I inheriting like the capability to like breathe fire, teleport, be immortal, brew potions? You just have magical powers or command of 3 dragons. Command of 3 dragons is cooler, but magical powers, how broad this is, it's just, you could do that easily. Get free unlimited Uber rides for the rest of your life, or get a blowjob every day. Okay, no. Nope. Be able to fall asleep instantly every night, or be able to wake up every day feeling fully refreshed with no grogginess. This could become a health problem, though, where you need the sleep, but you don't feel like you need the sleep. Like, even if you feel awake, you still need to sleep. So I would rather just be able to instantly fall asleep, because then that would still make you feel refreshed. Be slightly sweaty March through August, or have a slightly runny nose September through February. So it's like being outside in the cold all the time. Well, you're not outside. You just have it's like you're in the snow and your nose is running constantly, even inside. Or I'm slightly sweaty. I feel like being sweaty is nowhere near as bad. You would get used to being sweaty and you would wear clothes that would help you, like, you know, have more breathability. Having a slightly runny nose constantly, that's just like having allergies all the time. That sucks. Have the power to give life or bring death. Fucking give life. You even need to wait on that. Have $25 billion or Superman's powers. Okay, like, capitalistically, if you have Superman's powers, it's gonna sound but, like, if you're somebody that's, like, really, like, bugging about the money here, you have Superman's powers, you could use those powers to make money. You're able to work for some sort of fucking power plant you could fucking move buildings. Superman's powers is moneymaker as well. Basketball-sized sphere of antimatter or a 55-gallon drum of VX nerve agent. What is VX nerve agent? Is that, like, the shit the FBI uses to, like, knock people out or something? What the hell would I do with that? Probably antimatter. Spontaneously dance uncontrollably every hour or sing uncontrollably every hour. Dance. Because that's quiet. It's less interruptive. There's going to be moments where you don't want to sing, but dancing's not really that big of a deal. Taste cum every time you orgasm or taste poop every time you take a shit? I mean, bro, this isn't like, why would you're taking shit so often. No. Be in a zombie apocalypse or be in Attack on Titan. Ooh, I like this one. So I either have like 80-foot tall humanoid creatures that are actively trying to eat me, or I literally just live in a zombie apocalypse where they're also trying to eat me. Being in Attack on Titan would be way scarier. The only way they compare in any way is if the zombies in the zombie apocalypse are like World War Z zombies. If they're full sprinting, like animalistic zombies, they're not just like Walking Dead zombies for sure, the zombie apocalypse, because they don't move quick. AOT, dude, you have like hordes of very quick, mindless. You don't know what AOT is. Yeah, they look really weird too. Like, this is like hyper realism. This also isn't. This is like a drawing. It would be so much scarier than this. Imagine this shit, bro. Like, it looks like a weird, you know, slightly humanoid figure, and it's just drooling at the mouth to eat you, and it bites you in half. Like, full on snatches you, crushes your limbs, and then just bites you like you're pretzel stick. No. Take $1 million up front or flip a coin for a chance to win $1 billion. Wow. $1 billion. So $1,000 million or nothing, or $1 million up front. I just feel like the despair you would feel, or the regret from flipping the coin and it not hitting the billion, would be so bad. At the same time, if you and like your friends were offered this and you took the mill up front and your friend like took the coin flip and he got the billion, that'd be awful. Oh my God, you know what I would do though? If say like me and my friend were offered this money, I would take the mill up front. My friend would do the coin flip. If he hit the billion, we'd split it. If he didn't hit the billion, I'd still split the 500K with him. But that's like cheating the system. Let's just say it's only offered to you. I'd probably take the mill. Come home from work and have a nice cold beer, a stiff cocktail beer. Always have the feeling of sand in your undergarments or always be oily. Sand in your undergarments is definitely better. You know what really would be a better one? Would be always have an over-oiled sandwich, or always feel like the sand. You ever bring a sandwich to the beach and you take so much care of it, but every time there somehow ends up sand in your sandwich? Like, no matter what you do, you could triple wrap the sandwich, and the second you start eating it, you get that like grit, that like, and you're like, I'm eating sand right now. How did I get sand? No sand on your hands, no sand anywhere. It's just, how does that happen? Have 25 in cash or $1 million worth of Blockbuster gift cards. $1 million worth of Isn't there one Blockbuster still open? And I think there's a few in Canada. This is usable. But then you would bankrupt the last standing Blockbuster, because you would come in and be like, I have $1 million of unused gift cards from 1985. You said they don't expire. Ability to climb up or get down from any point with ease. Yo, but wait, no, actually, I didn't think that one through. You have $1 million in Blockbuster gift cards. What are you getting from Blockbuster that you're going to then make money on? Because unless you literally buy out their inventory and then open up your own shop selling DVDs, stocks. What do you mean stocks? You're not going to be able to use a gift card to buy stocks. You would make your own stocks. What do you mean you would make your own stocks? What the fuck are you talking about? You can't buy stock with gift cards. Yeah, you can. That's not true. Oh, you're saying you're not buying like Wall Street stocks. You're saying you're going to walk up to the fucking counter minimum wage Blockbuster employee that's been working there for 5 years and smells like shit. And you're going to go, I have $1 million in gift card. I want to own a chunk of this business. You're giving them funny money. You're giving them monopoly money. They already have the money. They're gonna say no. They're just gonna be like, no, you could buy our Diary of a Wimpy Kid movie though. Oh no, sorry. Do you want bench warmers on DVD? You're not gonna get anything out of that. Sell the cards. Who the fuck is going to buy a Blockbuster gift card? Maybe at a fraction of a price, bro. You're going to have to find so many people. You'd have to be divvying up like $100 gift cards, selling them for 50. Have the ability to climb up or get down from any point with ease. Probably get down. Have education free for everybody for 5 years. Or all trees produce twice the oxygen for 10 years. Education free for 5, dude. What? Be in a long-term relationship with somebody you had a crush on for 2 years. Be single playing the field. I mean, I'm literally dating my girlfriend. Be chased by a pack of wolves or a pride of lions. This one's hard. Wolves, you have a chance. Wolves, you have a chance. It's a very slim chance on both of them. I think a pride of lions, you're cooked. There's less lions than there are wolves, but they're way bigger, stronger, and faster. Wolves, there's many, but they're weak comparably. If you scare them, they'll leave. The lions are going to fucking fight you. The cleverest person alive or the wisest? The wisest. Never drink another cold beverage or never eat another warm meal. Ooh. Never drinking a cold bev. Every drink ever I have is warm. I could get down with cold meals. Never drink a cold beverage, bro. You're going to be drinking warm water, warm soda, warm beer, warm wine. Wine's normally warm, so it's not really that big of a deal, but that would suck. Never eat another warm meal. Eat a bowl of feline fecal matter with milk like cereal, or nothing. Probably the nothing. Be a total genius who nobody believes, or a complete idiot who gets major publicity. Total genius nobody believes, because then you still have more personal knowledge yourself. If you're a dumb, you getting publicity, who gives a fuck? Prostitute yourself out one time with a condom or eat a millipede. I mean, literally what? Who made this? No drama, all mama. What the f? Who the hell would ever? Oh, you're scared to eat a millipede, bro? So you're gonna go have sex with a random person? Be able to see 10 minutes of your own future, 10 minutes in the future of anybody but yourself. Anybody but myself. Because that would then entail your own future. If you see the future of other people around you, you're there, or maybe you're grayed out, but even then, you could use this more beneficially than your own. Wait, no. Oh my God, this goes back to gambling. 10 minutes in my own future, I know what will hit on any roulette table. That is infinite money glitch. Conversely, you could do the same thing with somebody else and have them bet for you. Sign up a contract. And then also you could tell people's fortunes. You could try and read people's minds. Make money that way. I don't know. Yeah, myself. Wake up tomorrow with reptile skin or ibex horns. Reptile skin. Oh, no. Horns would be bad. Oh, that was so stupid. Horns would be so bad. Find out you're immortal tomorrow or receive weed in the mail tomorrow. No meme. I'd rather have this one. This is funny. I wanted to click that for the meme. I'd go there. Be able to foresee the future up to an hour in advance. Be able to travel back in time 10 seconds at a time with a cooldown time of 12 seconds. That's so fucking stupid. Why would I ever need that? Only be able to use one toilet the rest of your life or never be able to use the same toilet twice. Ooh. Well, one toilet the rest of your life. You would theoretically be bringing a portable toilet around with you. You'd have a toilet on your person at all times. In the mornings would be rough. You would have to be constantly moving too because you wouldn't be able to poop anywhere unless like pooping on the ground doesn't count as a toilet. Probably one toilet forever. Have $5 million today or $5 million in 1915s? Would I rather get 5 mil right now, live right now, or get 5 mil and have to live in 1915? So you're either literally like one of the richest people alive in 1915 or have 5 mil now. How much is 5 mil in 1915 today? $157 million. So you would have the equivalent of that in spending power. Yeah, but you're also living in 1915. Then the Great Depression's about to hit. Everybody's weird, racist, stupid. I'd probably rather have 5 mil now. Have your entire family die or have your entire family watching you every time you have sex? I mean, like, this would suck, but I would not have my entire family die. Have a tattoo the size of a quarter on your face or go 1 year without brushing your teeth. Why? Dude, have the tattoo the size of a quarter on your face. That's not even bad. I could figure out a tattoo that I would want on my face. This is actually not bad at all. Going a year without brushing your teeth, your teeth are going to start falling out. So you do mouthwash all the time. Give up rice, give up pasta, give up pasta. I eat rice literally every day. Live in Hyrule or live in the Mushroom Kingdom? Mushroom Kingdom. Only be able to go 5 minutes, 1 year back in time. 1 year, what? Live 25 years after a global zombie apocalypse or 50 years after a global nuclear apocalypse. Nuclear fallout wouldn't have changed. In a real zombie apocalypse, the majority of the zombies that got infected early on would be dead, right? I don't like that mechanic of The Walking Dead in that just because a bacteria is controlling your brain once you're dead, it still has an expenditure of energy that it needs to live up to. And yes, that's why they walk. But at the same time, a Walking Dead zombie after your death would also be dead within a year, within a month, probably. So at this point, you'd probably just be spawning back into like a shambled society. This, you're going to be in an underground bunker and everybody's going to be like struggling to survive still. Never find true love, but have many relationships that ultimately end, or find your true love when you're 65, not have relationships before. Probably that. Be born blind, then halfway through your life be able to wake up and see. Be able to see for the first half of your life, then wake up blind. Probably be born blind, because then it's an enjoyment. If you're born blind, that's the norm for you. You're not losing anything. You know you're missing something, but you can't even have somebody explain to you what you're missing. You can't explain sight to somebody that's blind accurately. So they're just like, that's their norm, and then you're adding a sense, and you got that like blind people superpower type shit, right? Like blind people are really good at other senses because they had the lack of vision, and now they're able to see on top of that. So that would be fire. Being able to see half your life and then wake up blind would be like detrimental. Hang out with Jesus in Last Supper or apprentice with Einstein for a day. Jesus. Be a test driver for your favorite automobile manufacturer, race in Formula One. Race in Formula One. Swim half a mile in shark-infested water or be locked in a room with your weight in bees for an hour. I think if you're locked in a room with your weight in bees, if you just don't move, they are not gonna hurt you. If you literally, you die in both, maybe. But with the bees, I'm thinking like if I lay down with my face facing the ground, cover my ears, and just not literally be dead still. Like, don't even move. They get defensive. They're not inherently aggressive. Sharks are likely to be more aggressive. How much does a bee weigh? 1/10 of a gram. How many grams in a pound? 453. So there's 4,530 bees per pound. Oh, shit. Yeah, I think you would just suffocate. Like, they would fill the room. That's not your weight. That's 4,530 bees per pound that you weigh. Yeah, no, swim in shark-infested water. Be a professional athlete in any sports team, but you can only play for Cleveland teams. Be the all-time greatest WNBA player in history. All-time WNBA player in history. What the fuck? Kill or be killed? Maybe be killed. What a stupid question. Be blind for 1 year. Okay, why am I still going? Last one. Legitimate last one, then we're moving on. Be blind for 1 year and then deaf for the next year. Spend the next year both blind and deaf. That would be bad. That would be really bad. That being blind and deaf, spawning in blind and deaf is different than inherently just going blind and deaf. If you spawn in you're blind and deaf, it's all you know. And obviously you're losing both. But if I just go blind and I have my sight or if I just go blind, I have my hearing, I could get through it, and then vice versa. But if I have both gone, I'm like, done. I'm going there. I want to do another one. Be the first person to explore a planet. Be the inventor of a drug that cures a deadly disease. That one. W, would you rather? We haven't done that in a while. It's been like a year.